Over the weekend, news broke that former Attorney General William Barr had actually told a reporter for The Atlantic that Donald Trump's claims of voter fraud were total BS, in Barr's own words. And Barr told a story about how Mitch McConnell came and basically begged him to talk some sense into Donald Trump to drop all the claims of voter fraud from the 2020 election that both Barr and McConnell understood to be totally false. So that news came out over the weekend, and that's just kind of everything in a nutshell. And so immediately after this news broke, Sunday evening, Donald Trump issues one of his idiotic statements from the 45th President of the United States, where he attacks both William Barr, his own Attorney General, and Mitch McConnell as rhinos, Republicans in name only, because they refuse to buy into his big lie. Now, before I get into Donald Trump's statement, which I hate to even amplify, but it's so stupid I got to talk about it, let's take 1 second to understand that Donald Trump is attacking the only two individuals, the only two human beings that basically made his entire presidency possible. The two human beings that quite literally saved him from getting removed from office, by the way. Had it not been for William Barr as Attorney General downplaying the results of the Mueller report and the multiple instances of obstruction of justice pointed out in that report, and then Mitch McConnell getting all his little Republicans in line to vote against convicting him in the Senate impeachment trial twice, Trump wouldn't even be allowed to run for president again. Okay, those two guys literally saved your political behind. But just because they disagreed with you on this one thing, after being the only reason you had anything of an administration, you're attacking them. So here is just some instances that Trump claims both Barr and McConnell ignored of alleged voter fraud. By the way, all these things that Trump mentions in his statement that I'm about to read are all totally false. He says that there was 101,789 obsolete voters on the rolls in Georgia, including 18,486 dead people. That's simply not true. Ballot batches off by up to 17.5% in Maricopa County, Arizona. Also not true. Massive chain of custody problems with drop boxes in Georgia, missing hundreds of thousands of records for months after the election. Not true. Nearly 200,000 illegal, indefinitely confined votes in Wisconsin that violated voter ID law. Cash for votes scheme in Nevada, and much more, he says. This man is never going to stop, okay? This psychosis that he clearly appears to be suffering from is never going to go away because he's never going to accept the reality. As his own niece, Mary Trump, who is a mental health professional, pointed out, and I've said this plenty of times too, he gaslit himself, right? He repeated his own lie so much that even he believes it now. Like, that's reality to him. I no longer think that this is an act. I really, truly don't. I don't think it's a ploy to get his base riled up and to make them question the results of the election. I genuinely believe that he genuinely believes that this is what has taken place now. He is not well. I'm no mental health professional, right? So I can't give an official diagnosis. But in my opinion, there's something wrong with him. And by the way, in the opinion of actual mental health experts too, those that have written the book, The Dangerous Case of Donald J. Trump, yeah, they also agree there's something wrong with this man. And he's too far gone at this point. He really is too far gone to ever be normal again, if he ever really was normal. But here's the thing. He is now going after the only two individuals that basically allowed him to stay in office for a lot longer than he should have. Basically allowed him to finish his term. And because of Mitch McConnell, that is the only reason Donald Trump was able to be successful in one area during his administration, and that is packing the courts. Without McConnell and without Bill Barr, Donald Trump not only wouldn't have served an entire term, but he would have absolutely no legacy to speak of. He owes his entire political career to these two individuals, and he just threw them both under the bus because they all had the audacity one time in their lives to finally tell the truth.